Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and today we're back in Tangle Tower, trying to solve the mystery of a dead painter. In the last episode, we found and talked to Fifi, the scientist, and FIFTS fellow, both people who are related to Freya fellow, I believe. We didn't discover too much about those two people entirely, except for Fifi herself being maybe a sister of Freya, but mostly a close friend. What was it? In the meantime, I was like looking over everything just to get myself back in the headspace, and I just realized looking over the case file again that I kept going on and on about this scenario when I first went to the crime scene that the killer decided to stab her in the back, but no, I misread that, and it was actually a stab wound in her chest, of all places. So someone like just turned her around and stabbed her in the chest and she just fell on her back. So Freya would have saw the killer, and Flora, the main suspect, doesn't see her. We're slowly getting more information about Flora. The fact that Fifi and Fitz mentioned a bit about how well, and Hawkshaw herself also mentioned that she had some trauma which made her doesn't want to talk anymore. Not many people can figure out what's going on in her head, except for, I guess, a few of the people in the family, as most of her communication is non-verbal at this point. The trauma must have happened like pretty years early on, because Fifi's like around the same age as Freya, and Fifi has no idea about, her mother at all. So it must have been like when she was extremely young the trauma happened, or even before they were born. I'm more curious of why she's still quiet all this time. So I think the next best thing to go on about is continue going up the left side of the tower. We unlocked Fifi's room as last time, so let's go there first. I believe this is Fifi's room. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's almost exactly how I pictured it would be. What's the magnifying glass?
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
Mm-hmm.
How come you don't have one of those?
I don't think there's many situations where you need to look at something closer.
Why? Because I'm a detective?
Yeah, it's stereotyping.
Should I start smoking a pipe too?
No.
You couldn't pull off a pipe.
Oh, no, he couldn't. Sad. Oh, it's adorable teddy bear.
A new suspect.
Oh, don't you dare go off on this.
Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Oh, God.
Save it for the judge.
Go back into the toy box where you belong. Case closed.
I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
It looks like a soft drink.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
Did Fifi tear off the labels then?
That's even worse.
So it's a special concoction she made?
I don't know what that drink
Okay,
is.
same
but
thing.
That's even worse.
What's on this clipboard? Well,
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
board.
What is all this?
Guess there's another clue. Huh. Maybe it's a relationship sheet. Is that Grimoire?
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking.
Yeah, it is.
It does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
I mean, I'm assuming this is the first time... No, this has to be the first time Grimoire got on this island, so... They knew about him beforehand. There was another thing, though, that I kept going on about. Fifi mentioned that she was the sole inheritor of the fellow and the Remington family for, the estate, I guess. I need to, look over that again to see, what she said again. But Remington is actually, the victim from the swamp case again, as I mentioned earlier. Richard Remington. So now I'm even more convinced that this family, or at least the fellow family, is involved in the the cryptid hunting group. That makes me even more curious who the client would be and why they even send us here.
And that's you, Sally.
Just look so surprised.
What? I do not look like that,
It's not your best look.
do I?
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
It's Detective Hawkshaw.
Mm-hmm. Do we know who these people are?
Who is that?
Ah, good. We don't even know who they are just yet.
No idea.
Flora?
That's gotta be Flora.
Mm-hmm. So these are going to like different relationships, I guess. So Fitz and Poppy? Sally and Grimoire. It's more like a relationship meter.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
I don't know. Freya. Well, Freya's not here, apparently.
Freya?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
I guess they're disconnected from everything here. Well, it's what? It's Fifi's room, so she probably doesn't even decide to even put herself on there. Those are grabbing more.
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Well, it's a more traditional microscope than the small lens we got from Hawkshaw.
Can I touch it?
Sure you can, my child.
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
It's like a... It's like correct positions. Oh, we're supposed to make a key with these. Okay, so we're I guess in a way supposed to try and make this all match up. So I'm assuming this will go to this. No. I think I got something. There we go. Well, finally, that's a simple puzzle. I don't think I can get the other ones without so much brute force. I'm not too good with brain-teasing and logic puzzles. I prefer like mystery solving ones, like environmental stuff.
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
where is it?
It's built on top of a little metal box.
Oh, I thought that was just a tower, like a podium.
There's a book in here.
A book? Look at that other one. Oh, do we have to find a combination for it? I guess we show it to Fifi later. What's in here?
Boxes.
Boxes.
Of stuff.
Yes, of stuff. Well, there's a lamp in there. But, yeah. Why do you give chandeliers?
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
Very fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me.
I don't know. But
Plus, they're kind of dusty.
I don't think they're old-fashioned. But, meh. What's this book, then?
What's that big book on the desk?
It has anything to do with microbiology?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
No, she's writing a book or like a journal.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
I thought so. Nothing. Notepad?
What's that big book on the desk?
Oh, it's going back
Looks
to
like
it then?
something- It's just a bunch of notes about her.
Okay. I don't think there's much here besides the locked book we got. Let's go to here. It looks like a storage room? Oh, it's Freya's room. This should have the most interesting stuff in it. Volcano.
That painting is really something.
It looks like a volcano, like a hand reaching down to the mountain.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Aesthetics.
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Different strokes for different folks.
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
Where? Is it that?
It's a photograph.
Oh. Photo of a painting. A small photograph of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. I guess they're supposed to be pointing at different things. Like, they're pointing at the pink, the yellow, or just the overall shadow. The base, almost the top of the mountain. Oh, it's like dog food or a pillow just?
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
Ah.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate.
I like pillow better than cushion.
It's a little glass
Is
box.
this the box that like Fitz was talking about? The whole keep all the little critters in there.
I think it's a vivarium.
That's what they're called? Vivarium. Like a smaller aquarium, but you know, meh.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there?
Yeah, it's like a habitat, like those little models you make as a kid to make caterpillars and butterflies.
Might have been for keeping insects.
Yeah. Since it's empty, I'm still going on about how trying to figure out like if she didn't use those insects to make paint or anything, what did she use them for?
Not the kind of lamp I choose for my bedroom, but fair enough.
Oppressive red, you say?
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment or something.
Didn't someone mention like No, I'm probably thinking of something else. I thought there was someone here who was a miner, or at least something that gave the impression of a miner, but no. There's a vent.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
It looks more like a storage room. That was my first thought.
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
I've seen a few bedrooms that are like on a slanted edge of a house.
No windows either.
Maybe this is what Fifi was talking about, the whole isolation and independent thing. Maybe to get out of here.
It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
Is there anything in it? On it? Or in it?
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Perfectly healthy.
Brushes, pencils.
They're clean, but they look pretty well used.
Very prolific painter then. There's anything in the potted
Freya's
plants?
They must not need sunlight?
Unless they're plastic. Or the post-it notes say.
Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden.
I wonder if we know who they are.
One of them's holding a red rose.
I'm gonna assume it's the two people we don't know. Oh. Fitz and Poppy. A drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of Fifi, and a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw. Yeah, now I'm starting to think that relationship things supposed to be like, I guess Fifi's own idea of like who likes who. I don't know if I got the impression that Grimoire likes Sally though, but that's a whole nother thing of shipping yet. Let's not go there. Oh, you have another teddy bear.
Freya's bear.
Aw.
Looks pretty depressed.
Well, its owner's dead now.
He's had a rough couple of days.
What's this above it?
Just little trinkets.
It's like a necklace.
Let's leave them alone.
What are the paintings do you
It's
have?
a fish, I think.
Yeah, it's a fish. Doesn't look too finished, or that's just because of the lighting.
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fish, whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
We're gonna have a big whale of a time. You're welcome. Okay.
Could also be a shark.
A shark sounds better. You have a little box of paints.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
Ah.
To the casual observer, maybe. They're not real paintbrushes.
They're not? Oh. They're like chisels or like hardened
Looks
paints?
like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Ah. Swap the brushes in the correct order. Arrange the paper to find a clue. It looks like that would go there. I guess we just have to figure out how exactly to arrange these again. No. Trying to find like a slant for this thing here. Could be a way to go. Although I don't see anything. I guess the biggest clue would like find a way how these papers look similar in terms of a brush. What is this? I'm still gonna assume it's that. There's 6, so there should be like about that. I'm assuming this is gonna be the far right, based on the three ruler marks. Like this would be the tallest. So that would be there. I'm gonna assume that, oh, it's going to different paints and styles. A pink shaft for the brushes, orange shaft for the brushes. Oh, I think that's what it goes to. Okay, and these are obviously the different shapes for the brushes. This small slant would go to this. This would go to these. It's more the case of trying to figure out where after these go. I'm gonna assume that these are the very smallest. Looks like another system of you can't like use the thing again to, you can't turn them around, they're just like this. Oh, I got something going. Pretty sure I go there, and there we go. Okay, so this is obviously, I got that wrong, from first to the tallest. So, orange brush. Obviously, the first one's supposed to be orange brush. This is supposed to be green. So, it has to be one of these. Let's go. Actually, it'll probably be the shortest. Short to the biggest. We'll figure out the difference between these then. Go to this pink, so this would be green tip, orange shaft for the first one. Third one would be a pink shaft with a wide brush angle, goes to blue. The fourth one will go to a blue brush. Oh, there's nothing here for that. Let's see, maybe this will go to that. Okay, orange shaft, green paint, pink and wide angle brush, blue paint, white angle, and that.
Nothing.
Did you find a hint on those scraps of paper? It looks like a ripped-up jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. I think I got it together. Yeah, this is... The ruler pieces... Let's see. I still think it's trying to say that it's exactly in order from left to right. Unless this is supposed to be... Nah, it wouldn't make sense. This has to be an orange brush, an orange shaft. It's telling us that the brushes, like each single one, has a very specific, how to put it? Orange shaft, green tip, wide angle, pink handle. Let's go with this. Orange, green, blue.
I did it.
Oh, there we go.
I win.
I had to just swap it around a bit more.
Not bad.
What's in the box?
What was in the box?
Just a photograph.
Is it of her mother?
Well, most of a
No,
photograph.
it's ripped up again. I'm assuming that the person left is Poppy then. Ripped photo. A photograph of two young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. The photo is a large piece missing. It seems to be ripped off. Oh, that's... Isn't that the book that Fifi has? Let's go back to the evidence. Yeah. Something that goes with that. Well, we have more to go through. I think that's all we can find in here. Let's go to one of the final rooms on this side. Ah, are you, Freya's father? Let's look around a bit more first.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Well, because it's treasure. What else could be in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
So you have to use the map for the chest?
What's the deal?
Not sure.
Oh, I skipped over something. Dang it.
We should check that treasure map too.
So we have to figure out... Okay, use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest padlock. Oh, so it's be do with... Use the map to figure out the different numbers and letters that go with it. So we have to use this to figure out where the X is. B1... I think I found it. It's just one in here. The dragon in the sea, the palm tree in the distance, and the island to the left, to the right. Yeah. So I'm assuming we have to figure out where the X is. So this would be, like, south of it. So that would be I-4. I-4. Let's go with south.
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
Maybe we're supposed to go with, it's north of the compass?
Still locked.
I think there's a connection,
Yeah.
like they're different versions of the same thing, maybe?
Different versions? Well, yeah. I still think we're trying to figure out exactly... It's on the island itself. West?
That was in
The padlock has 3 different
In a
inputs.
compass direction.
It's just a grid reference for the map.
Maybe it's supposed to figure out... Okay, where exactly is it? It's a bit not centered from the map. North, east, southwest...
That was in
The padlock has just a grid reference for the map.
I'm completely convinced that it's supposed to be I-4, unless I-3 south. Let's just go square in the middle and go south for the X.
That was
The
in
padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
that
The
was
padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
I'm more concerned about what spot we're supposed to be looking for, and then what the compass direction is supposed to be. So, unless there's a... Maybe that's supposed to be the easiest way to look at it. Maybe. But I still think it's the right one. It's like in a... Maybe it's supposed to be... The painting's supposed to be done by the perspective? So maybe I-5 north?
that was in
The padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
I feel like I'm just brute forcing this because I have no idea exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And you're supposed to compare it. I think I found it. Palm tree on the very in front of the X, the dragon for the left, and a mountain island to the right. The X is like we're like standing on top of it by the painting. That'd be here. None of the other ones have it. Like the other ones just have reverse shots. Plus, they're right next to each other. This area. So I-3, maybe the very center, or since we're standing on top of the X, it's I-4. But I have no idea what the compass direction is supposed to be. What was your hint again?
that was
The padlock has 3 different inputs.
A compass
It's
direction.
just a grid reference for the map.
Just a grid reference. Maybe the map loops around itself? No, that seems a bit too weird. But let's see how that works then. There's no dragon on the left side for that. I'm probably like just on the tip of the tongue of the answer. I5, I3. Let's just go with I3 and just go through the ones.
That
The
was
path just a grid reference.
No. South?
that
The
was
path just a grid reference.
that
The path just a grid reference.
Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest padlock. Padlock. I'll come back to it
Let's
later.
take a break.
Oh, you have a little figurine yourself.
A little hand-painted statue.
We'll come back to that chest later. We'll probably come back to all the puzzles later, just in a big episode of things.
How can you tell it's hand painted?
Well,
Well, the paints are right there on the desk.
maybe he got it from Freya.
Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Red. A painted model, a wooden carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints are found nearby. Black is the one used the most. Anything in the drawers?
The entire room is made of wood.
Yeah, it's like a pirate ship theme.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
Oh, really? Huh. It's a horn.
It's a drinking
A
horn.
drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead,
Like
maybe?
a funnel? I thought it was like a blowing horn.
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a giant pufferfish light bulb. It's kind of adorable.
Fish?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
it's also a lamp. For some reason.
Gotta get that decoration in your house. It's like a genie lamp.
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure.
The giant conch
It's a
shell?
massive conch shell. Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
I don't know if you would say little. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty big one in
I
there.
hope so.
It'd be quite adorable.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I think it's the only bed in there.
I would politely describe it as lived in. It's a barometer, but it's broken.
What does a barometer do again?
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't broken.
It's like a totem.
What is it?
He's an imp.
An imp?
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, we're getting...
The entire room is made of wood.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
it's not
going
just-
dead
it's
again.
the
I thought I
actual-
clicked on the pot hem. Let's look in the foreground.
More maps?
No, they're just blank.
Blank map sheets?
Oh.
What's on the desk here?
The entire room is
Nope.
made
Oh,
of
it's
wood.
not. It's the actual.
This painting.
A pencil drawing of a mountain on a moonlit night.
Moonlit night.
Mood.
Mood.
Nice. Oh,
Okay.
Plus, there's a
it's
treasure map.
that, go to that. What is this map then?
A map with a dotted
And
line
an X on it, yeah.
and an X marked on it.
We can't see the starting position from here.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map.
First off, you see this treasure map, it goes to the great large nugget of gold, all located in the realms of South Africa. They may say you have to find the 3 trials to go and get the sacred treasure. It will say it will give you 3 wishes upon its completion of the trials. That's one way to describe it in the most interesting way possible. Okay, hello.
Sir?
Oh gosh, the
Can
melancholy
you
music.
hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
Ah, you're Felix.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
Wow.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Sacred room?
Generally speaking.
No, you
know,
definitely have a
that
secret room
sort
here.
of thing.
I already figured.
So, Felix, what exactly do you
Do.
do?
Is it not obvious?
Uh.
I'm an explorer. Explorer slash treasure hunter.
Wow.
Yes, well,
That's
best
a-
in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
Indiana Jones?
It's a little more sophisticated than that.
mean a bit more
But I've
boring,
certainly
like
seen
archaeology?
My share of danger,
Well, I wouldn't say
if
archaeology's
that's
boring.
what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too
You
long.
certainly have a hammock
I
that's
go
lived in
wherever
then.
the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well,
Oh my.
the fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
No.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world.
But you feel like you have to go on
They
different
are
ventures in
the
the way?
greatest treasure of all.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
You don't seem too much like a caring father.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Yeah.
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help.
Any?
But I wish you all the best in your investigation.
You have to see something
Hear
or
that,
know
Grimoire?
anything.
We're done here.
Wow.
Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's...
Flora's...
working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
A scream?
What have you got?
It was dusk.
What's your
A
statement?
feeling lingered in the air.
Okay, enough of the pleasantries and the
Malevolent,
poetry.
Perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right.
Thank you, Sally.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with FIFTS, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, FIFTS, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I
stayed behind.
Flora needed me.
You certainly have your head in the clouds. Can you tell me about your wife?
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes,
Oh.
been married over 20 years now.
Why is she so
You
quiet?
two still get on?
Of course.
Oh.
What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak.
Independent?
She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of three. Always something of a lone wolf, you know?
Youngest of
Just
three?
the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
No.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
What can you tell us about yourself besides
You're the
Explorer?
one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, let's just do that. I don't like this guy too much.
My daughter Fiona.
Fiona.
Our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
Yeah.
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
Yeah.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables.
Well, sounds
She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
under
What
pressure.
makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
And what is that?
It's what Freya called her.
Wait, I want to listen to that again,
My
actually.
daughter, our little bird.
We did.
So I asked. She told you.
What makes you think she...
I happen to know.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Did Freya call her Fiona? He just wants to get... She's just calling herself Fifi because she just want to distance herself from the murder. I'm starting to feel more bad for Fifi now than anything.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Crimson.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant to, because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Of a
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly, Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle.
Golden Beetle.
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Well, I guess that'd be reason enough. Maybe, like, someone just got a beetle and just painted it gold?
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too.
Ah.
Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
especially
After-
especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say
Technically.
there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old.
Oh.
She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not.
Wow.
She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
No claim over everything, and Freya's not part of the family bloodline, at least. So she was adopted in, and Fifi and Flora are close to her. But Fitz, is he your son,
I don't
or?
trust him. He's
Oh.
slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Onion.
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Oh, Fifi doesn't trust Fitz then. Well, she did also mention that Fitz went up the stairs to the Pointer household with a knife. I might check out that family portraits in the Grand Hall if we already went there before. See, is this the Grand Hall? I'm gonna assume it is, but I forgot to ask him about, like, evidence.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally.
Remington
Dear
family.
Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
So you
And who named it Tangle
both
Tower?
know something about Remington.
Flora chose the name.
Flora chose Tangle Tower?
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
Tangled
From what?
Tower.
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome. Yes,
Well,
less
hopefully
likely
so.
to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
At this point, I may be a bit presumptuous, but the three people I think I'm gonna be the most trusting towards is Flora and Fifi at this point. And maybe Fitz. Actually, top of my head, the person who's most suspicious to me is Poppy. Well, at least she catches my interest. All the statements seem to make her strange to me so far. Although there's so many different things, I can't pinpoint exactly what makes me feel weird about it. Yeah, but on the ripped photo, I still think the person on the very far left is Poppy, and it's ripped, so I guess Freya just doesn't like her anymore, or something like that.
My daughter Fiona and her best friend. They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
What can you tell us about your painting and carving skills then?
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed.
It's a good start.
Freya kindly taught me the basics.
Well,
Nowadays, I
practice
can make
makes
just
perfect.
about anything I can imagine. Of
With a
course,
certain degree of
this
success.
particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh?
I didn't know you have
So,
a giant sword.
you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many, but my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Sure. You just keep him safe for your expeditions. Just lug an entire treasure chest full of swords all the way across the whole world. Don't even use most of them.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way.
Evil way.
In a good way.
I guess I wouldn't say like good or bad, mostly just pure essence, I think is the word you want to use. We think of her other paintings.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not?
Yeah.
It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes. Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Ah, teenagers are funny, aren't they?
Yeah, the diary is definitely, it looks like to be Freya's, and was in Fifi's room.
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
What, you don't have those kinds of books?
That looks like it might belong to FIFTS.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think this is a microscope or telescope?
Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise.
Well, paint.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd.
It's like a
They're
weird-
normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
Well, I mean, are these? Are those? I can't tell, but I'll look later. It doesn't look like the paints there are cracked, so... Cracks are another thing that's going on about. Cracks in the gramophone, the tape, and the paints? So there was an incident involving Flora and Freya getting closer together because of these things getting cracked, I'm assuming?
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
What happened to it?
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do.
Simple to the point. I'm gonna assume you don't know anything then.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
Exactly.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
Anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife?
A knife?
That's what you see?
You don't?
It's a feather.
As I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'm now convinced it's a quill, but so far we haven't found anything that would be a pure, concise murder weapon. I still gonna believe we're gonna find a murder weapon in the garden, although that means we have to find a way to get through one of the people's rooms, like the locked to the garden.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go?
Do you know who made it?
Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall. What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document?
It's notes and
Sounds
details.
dreadful.
I find it comforting.
Eh. You're very more open-minded than I assumed then. I think that's everything so far. We haven't got to any of the secrets any of the characters would have. This is a very much longer game to go through. Okay, we go up to that guy. Now let's head up to the right tower. Unless, oh yeah, the main hall. I'll go there after this. Oh boy. Hi, Poppy. Oh. Is that another cryptid with a horn?
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
No.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
I mean, monsters do need, their own musical practice. There's glass in that. A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and the ground below are various shards of cracked grass. Cracked glass. Did I say grass? Yeah, there's glass here too.
Oh, whatever it is, it's
Okay.
It's gotta
what's with all the broken glass?
Again. I don't see I first thought the gramophone that would be in here, but don't think I see a place where to put that.
Are they paper lanterns?
Yeah,
Whatever they are, I like them.
they're very stylish.
It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
How quaint.
All right, you got your wish.
Got what wish?
Spooky murder mansion?
Spooky murder mansion? Well, this is the spooky murder mansion room. Have fun. Go nuts.
Spooky murder mansion.
Spooky murder mansion trademarked.
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
You mean a grand piano grimoire?
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
The piano spirits will come to haunt us with music.
There's a faded mural on the wall.
It's like a violin or viola.
When I was a kid, I never knew the difference between a mural and a mosaic.
What the heck is a mosaic?
You still don't know, do you?
No.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
I can't piece anyone playing the violin. Maybe Poppy if she was, that prolific with music.
It's pretty dusty.
Guess no one uses then.
So I'm guessing nobody.
How depressing. Is it a cello case?
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
Oh, it's the same
So
thing.
I'm guessing nobody.
What are these notes on the ground?
Sheet music. It's handwritten.
Oh, Poppy makes her own sheet music?
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Like the notes look almost all over the place? Oh boy.
Probably while they're on the floor.
Okay, hello, Poppy. I think that's your name. Okay, we're going to the
Are you a ghost?
Gothic.
Sally! That's rude! Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
How sad.
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
What's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist.
The power of wrist.
13 years of dedicated practice.
Yeah, your outfit reminds me of that photograph. Yeah, it was ripped. Maybe Freya doesn't like you anymore. Or like, you know, Fifi gave the impression that your, I guess, quote-unquote relationship with FIFTS is a bit weird. I guess I have to go back to him and present your profile to him then. What, you can mess
I'm
with yourself.
just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer.
Percival Pointer.
The professor. Spent
Professor.
most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude.
Except for
It's just-
Felix, just...
If you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it,
wonder
argue about
where.
it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
That's probably for the better. It's a pretty isolated mansion out here in the middle of nowhere.
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5.
You do that
Does
every
that not
day?
hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room.
Oh, you have
When
another
I
piano
make
there?
mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
In between.
Was it just you
Oh,
up there?
so your room's up there.
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
Really?
I didn't say that.
So what happened when the murder happened?
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying.
Oh.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The 3 of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, I guess the bloody knife, like, when you counted it, she decided to do the scientific experiment, so I guess there's nothing wrong with that there. Tell us about yourself!
That's me.
It sure is.
I'm on a list of murder suspects.
Apparently.
Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
My life is a lie. Okay. How do you know about...
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day.
I'm gonna assume you like him then by going
to
this
nature's
poetic
way.
spiel. Yeah. What do you think about Fifi, your friend?
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Oh, you're just going in a roundabout way to describe everyone. How poetic are you gonna be about Freya?
Heart of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined.
Stubborn
With
and
starry
independent.
eyes, she sees beyond. Behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Yeah. She's just doing lyrics about different people's personality in that now at this point.
Foregone drifter, holding fast. Days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some four walls make round a room. With surging tide,
Surging
the waves
tide,
are
the
thrown,
waves are thrown.
an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
So you know about the client. What do you think of Flora?
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Those are pretty nice lyrics. Although I don't think I can properly figure out what your opinion on everyone is then after that. Okay, let's see. Among the evidence, I think the most interested I am for you to top of my head is this photo.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable. Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that? Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
Not natural.
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
Yeah, if her room is anything to believe. There's too much cracks around the entirety of the mansions.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody? It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Many people are saying that this was this tape came from you or Flora, but what did you say about it again?
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style.
Not
But
your
who else would
style.
own a tape like this?
Literally anybody.
I guess it wouldn't be your style since it's all pink and shiny. Who would it go to then? Okay, let's slowly make our way down the list.
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music
What was
room?
the glass and the horn?
Yes.
Who else used the
I
music
don't
room?
know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano. Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Now she's thinking about something, huh?
I think everybody sees something different.
Mm-hmm.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring
Her
nightmare.
nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes.
I guess she's confronting the nightmare she has every day about this painting. Just every time she wakes up, she just sees it. Just overcome it in her mind.
Is that Fifi's diary?
Oh.
I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
No, I'm
I
pretty sure
thought you and
anyone
Fifi
else
were
would be.
close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it.
Oh boy, she probably doesn't approve the relationship with Mitz then. No. Mitz, oh my god. No. Fitz. Gosh, dang it. Of course one of the characters had to have a similar name. Your relationship with Fitz.
That belongs to Flora, I think.
To Flora? So she looked into the library. Well, Flora does have ties to the Remington family. This whole mansion is made out of it.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse?
Yeah,
What did you think?
it's
Impressive,
pretty interesting.
I guess.
Eh.
But kind of unsettling with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
He does it a lot. Okay, so, quick question. Telescope or microscope? Click.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
Do you know what was in the egg?
What was inside?
Nothing.
Huh. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out.
Yeah,
Should
it
have never
is.
said anything.
No, it's still something related to the truth, though. But it's not a knife. It's a quill, a feather. I'm just gonna double down on that fact.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Never real seen
Maybe
it
it's from
before.
before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols?
It's like years
One of them
old.
looks like piano keys.
Yeah. Weird.
Maybe the symbol has something to do with people's rooms? Like in the center of the towers. It doesn't seem like it since it's a long vertical stripe. The rooms are just... Never mind.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle.
Right angle.
Perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too... peaceful.
There was no struggle.
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows.
3 pointers.
4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
Oh.
So the fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
I can see why Grimoire would be taking interest in this case then. Huh.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
Who is the last person's bedroom gonna be?
I wonder what's in there.
Let's go there, like, next time. And let's see that family tree I think is in the main hall here. Grand hall. Where would that thing be? Where would the family tree be? Oh, there it is, above the aquarium.
What is that?
A family tree.
I think it's a family tree.
It'll help explain everything. Flora fellow with... Flora fellow... Floored. Oh, no. Lord fellow, lady fellow. Lord Remington, Lady Remington. Both those make Flora Primrose and Richard Remington. Lord Pointer, Lady Pointer. Percival Pointer. Married into Primrose and made Poppy Pointer. Pandora Pointer. And Buck Brackley. They had Penelope Pointer. So, cousins. Flora and Felix, they went together to have Fiona. Felicia Fellow and Damien Dusk. Flint, Emily Eberstone, FIFTS Fellow. Oh, so, an uncle, I guess. This, I can't exactly just figure out exactly how this family tree works, because everything's a little bit too jumbled up. The main people, Freya, Felicia, Philip. Yeah, see why they, took with them. Fiona. Freya, Fitz, Fiona, Poppy, Penelope. With Flora and Felix also here. And who else? Percival? So, your father's here, Primrose left. Flora's still here. The only person we know at the time has ties to Richard Remington. They have ties, but not ties to... Oh, achievement. Not ties to the cryptid hunting cult. We're getting closer to looking through all the rooms by now. So, I think this is another good place to leave it off. Well, I may have been wrong in a few things. I think I'm getting another good picture. I gotta keep saying that every single time. Another 2 suspects down, and I think we only have 2 more to go. Penelope and Percival, I think, on our list. Yeah, just 2 more. Everything all surrounding an adopted Freya into this family. Well, and an outsider like Hawkshaw. We still need to find that knife. Look into the diary. How all these cracks are formed, what's in the egg. And maybe find a way to confirm that this is actually a feather and a quill. And the oh so infamous question of, is this a microscope or a telescope? Only time will tell. Well, so thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.